Right, Richard, we're here after SFC 6. What a night as usual. A lot of mixed results, but a lot of positive ones for your team. What's the emotions after tonight?
Good day. We had 14 fights and I think we were 11-3, so I take that any day of the week. Our losses, young Lexi, who took the fight short notice at an heavier weight, young kid, first fight. No, it was a back and forth fight. I don't know if you guys watched the first fight, but it was a one round and it was non-stop. We lost decisions then. Ellis Westercock decision and Jack Evans decision, so you know, all competitive bouts.
And just when you mentioned Lexi, I just got to ask, well, she came in with a lot of hype, just given she had a following.
I don't like this hype with her. She's never had a fight. I don't know where it's coming from. People saying, you know, it's unnecessary pressure. You know, I pride myself on running our club very similar. My idols growing up was Alex Ferguson and Roy Keane. I just felt how Alex Ferguson used to look after them youngsters, the academy boys coming through, and they went on to be the best players in the world. Your Beckhams, your Scores, you know, Ryan Giggs. And we've got the potential to build these fighters, but I think the MMA, you know, media sometimes, and social media doesn't help in today's age. Start putting unnecessary pressure on. She's a 17-year-old kid. She's only just turned 17. You know, she's got a big future in front of her, but you know, a lot of hype on her, and we need to try and strip that back and just let her enjoy coming in and enjoying these events without the weight of the world on her shoulders, you know?
Well, that's what I was going to ask. I was going to say, obviously, like you said, she's so young, the hype isn't necessarily going to help her, you know? Maybe tonight we can write that one off, but she's going to come back stronger because of that one, probably.
Yeah, listen, it was a 50-50 fight, wasn't it? It was back and forth, really, you know. She lost to a girl from Liu Long's gym, the Matt Academy. Them guys, you know, nothing but respect from my team to their team. They're a proper MMA gym, well versed in all areas. We knew we were in for a tough fight. You know, you win some, you lose some. It's amateur. No one ever says to John Jones, what's your amateur record? And I try and hammer this home to the youngsters. This is your apprenticeship. It's like when you're a plumber and you've got to do a 3-year apprenticeship and then you become a fully qualified plumber. It's no different to fighting. You do your apprenticeship through your amateur ranks. And if your aspirations become a professional, this is where you learn your trade, so you're tooled up and you're ready to move on to them pro ranks. And
like we said, we've 14 of you guys tonight. I can't ask about all of them. So look, which ones are you looking at tonight thinking, wow, I'm really impressed with them? Obviously all of them, but which ones stand out?
Well, I'm happy to talk about quite a few. I mean, first fight night, William Taylor lost his mother recently. You know, it's a funeral on Monday. Took a fight at 3 days' notice last week and took a fight at a week's notice today. In higher weight division, the kid only weighs 55 kilograms and has gone on and done a number on both. Tom Archer, I thought, against Maseki Beck. Big physical lad from Tom Breeze's gym. You know them boys know how to fight, and for Tom to get the finish in the first round. I thought Tom Mathias put on a really good striking clinic. I thought he looked exceptional on the feet. And again, this is what I'm saying, I don't think you can ever look at my fighters and go, they're a mirror image. We've got such a diverse, well-rounded team that, you know, strong grapplers, strong wrestlers, strong strikers, and we try and fight to their strengths. But Tom Mathias was excellent. The 3 title fights, you know, for us to come away with 3 belts again. Bevan Hall looked very good. Tough kid, he fought as well. I think a lot of people wrote him off, but he came to fight. Liam Davis is just doing Liam Davis. We're going to move him up to 70 kilogram now, and he'll fight for the lightweight belt in October. We'll have a look at options, see what's going to be, and that'll probably be his last fight at amateur. And Kane done Kane, and I said to you guys last week, I think the winner of this fight will rubber stamp #1 in the UK, and I think he did that tonight against. I got so much respect for Matt Howard. I think he's a great kid as a person, but he's such a talented fighter. I think Matt Howard will be in UFC. I think probably the size was a little bit of the difference. Matt's not used to somebody that heavy and strong on top of him. He's naturally a lightweight, and respect for him for coming up and challenging Kane.
And just talk to me about that fight quickly, because it was almost everything that it was advertised as. It was back and forth, there was submission attempts, there was some unbelievable.
I think both lads felt the pressure. I think both got tired. I've watched Matt fight numerous times. He doesn't get tired. Kane doesn't get tired, but the two of them were exhausted in that 3rd round. And I think it was just testament to the pressure they were carrying last fight of the night, and that mantle of becoming the #1 in the UK.
And I've just got to ask, SFC now, it's starting to grow even more and more. We've had pros fight on the card. Now that some of the other guys that you're teaching week in, week out, probably maybe going pro, if not this year, next year. Does that excite you, because you know you're probably going to have a lot more pro fights on these guys?
Yeah, listen, you've got to know your place in the market. We're never going to be able to compete with Cage Warriors, PFL, but I truly believe we're the best grassroots show in the UK bar none. The way we run it, the money we spend, nothing, you know, we've got a medical team that does the work for the UFC. We've got qualified judges, qualified referees, all that done the mark orders cost. We have 4 hand wrappers, we pay for hand wrapping, cutsman. We invest a fortune. We probably earn less than most of the smaller shows because our outlay is so big. But no, we'll use the Sam like we done with Levi Batch, get them 2 or 3 fights. We'll never hold them back, and they'll always move on to bigger things. And you know, for me, this is a platform where you can come, prove yourself as an amateur, kickstart your pro career. And if you look at our history, we were Pain Pit, Cage Warriors Academy, and now SFC. We're the same company all the way through. We've been going a long time. Jack Shaw's come through, Mason Jones, Jack Marshman, Brett Johns has fought. Oban. I'm trying to think. Corey McKenna.
Scott.
So you know, this is this guy in the UFC. Then you've got your Scott Pedersens, Josh Reeds. I go on and on. You know, we have been. I think we are the. What's the word I'm looking for? We are where the show should be looking to get to with regards to running an event. It's not all about making as much money as possible. It's about providing these fighters. For me, it's not about the money because I've got a big team. It's a great chance for me to get my team out there on well-matched bouts. So I just think we will get bigger, but I know our place in the market, and we pride ourselves on being that grassroots show to feed everybody onto the bigger events.
And just out of interest, I think it was back when it was Cage Warriors Academy, there was talk of maybe doing a show in Cardiff. Is there a plan to maybe move out of Ebbw Vale at some point?
The problem you have is venues. You know, we looked at the Vale Arena, the car parking is awful down there. Like, everything you can ask for is here. We've got a multi-storey car park across the road. We've got 4 fantastic changing rooms, so there's never overcrowded changing rooms. It's a brilliant facility, it's tiered seating, the big screen, everything just fits through. The staff here look after us, and we know we can run it like the backgrounds. All my staff come in, we have the same staff every event. If the right venue comes up, I would take that fight in Cardiff, but again, there's got to be, from a selfish point of view, we put 15 fighters originally on this card. I need teams in Cardiff to step up and start saying, we'll put 8, 9 fighters on your card, because it's pointless me going down there to run an event where we can't sell tickets, because all my guys are travelling. You know, we've got a lot of good ticket sellers that can fill this place up and make the atmosphere great. But if it's the right venue, with car parking, right logistics, easy to put the ambulances outside, easy to put the TV production outside, we definitely look at it. So if you guys hear of anything, Newport, we had a great history in Newport, but unfortunately not the centre down. And there's been nothing really similar to like replace this or replace the Newport Centre. We looked at University of Wales, and the room is as big as that. This is what you're dealing with just people don't see what happens. So we've gone down, we've agreed a deal, and we were going to hold an event there. And then they bring me up 2 days in and say, oh, we've got the fire eggs, you can only put 450 people in it. I said, the hall is bigger than Ebbw Vale, we can put 1,000 people in there with the fire eggs. It's 450 or nothing. Again, you for what we invest in, the amount of money we outlay on one of these events, we would be coming around with quite a few £1,000 loss, and you know, I'm not willing to do that.
No, that's completely fair. And the only other question I've got is just about Scott. Obviously, he was meant to be fighting in March. It looks like it's probably going to be moving to April. It's unconfirmed exactly what's happening there.
Right, so it's been a buyout of the Aries organisation. From what I've heard, the guy that owns Olympic Marseille has bought it. So the staff have all changed. There's a new matchmaker that I'm dealing with at the moment. But obviously March got cancelled. There was talk of a show in April. That's not happening. There's a show which is already matched for May. So we will be looking at June. So I've asked for a 1-fight release for Scott, which they've agreed to. And hopefully I can get him a fight in Wales in the next couple of weeks.
And Aries has been kind of come out of nowhere, just out of interest. Like, realistically, a lot of like Yohan and Josh O'Connor have done really well there already. Where has that kind of come from, that Aries now? I
just think it's the Fight Pass deal that Cyril Garner's in the heavyweight. Yeah, him and his coach were the
Fernando, isn't it?
Yeah. Fernando, but Fernando's a step down now as matchmaker. That's who I've dealt with all the time in my past. So I just think it was a perfect storm. Cyril was fighting for the UFC title. There was a lot of interest in French MMA because it's been banned for so many years, and now all of a sudden you've got these events like UFC turned up, they're selling out, and then Aries putting on like a mini UFC event. They had the funding from UFC Fight Pass, and but I think that's stopped now as well, the Fight Pass deal. I'd be interested to see if they get that back with a new guy.
No, that's all I got. Appreciate it, Richard.
All right, guys.